transition to my face. And hey, look, the music in the background is different now. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. How is everybody tonight? Hi, how? That's words that I said. Hello, everyone. Thank you for everyone wishing me happy early birthday. Yeah, I put that as the title because I didn't know what else to put. But yeah, my birthday is in literally 1 week. So next week on the stream, we'll be officially celebrating my birthday. So I'm getting early birthday wishes. But I put the title because I never know what to title the chat streams. But I just like chatting and hanging out with everybody. So hello, everyone. Let me say hi to everyone. NCC 1701 Chris, St. Beatles, Homebody, Dorian, Cocoa Butt. I sound like the Roman Catholic Church when you sing like, when I sing like this, don't oh boy. It reminds me of when I was a kid. My parents are, or my grandparents are Roman Catholic, so that was, it's always a trip, Not to insult Roman Catholicism if that's what you believe in practice, but, the church is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Let's just put it that way. Jedi Indiana Jones, good to see you. Don, Josh, Catherine Lambeth, good to see you, by the way. And Mega Man, and especially both of you. I'm glad you're both here. I'm glad you're hanging out. BJ Rosen, Ross, Miss Wicked Wolf. Oh, hey, Miss Wicked Wolf, 24 years old. Hell yeah, you just had your birthday a couple weeks ago. I remember you saying that. Happy belated birthday. I'll say it again. Let's see. But for those of you who don't know, I already see... Oh, thank you so much, everybody. Oh, yes, Erica, that's so nice of you. I will get to the Super Chats in just a second, and I will let you know what my choice is on that. But for those just to do some quick housekeeping before we get started, just so everyone knows, this is my monthly chat stream where I just hang out. We go for about an hour. I just sit here and just like rant about whatever all of you want to talk about. Generally, it's been Super Chats sort of are the ones that I sort of like look at the replies for, but I try and look through the chat throughout the whole thing. And I just sort of talk about whatever everyone in the chat wants to talk about. So we'll just talk about whatever anyone else is doing. And also I should say, if you do a Super Chat, I give you a heart. So hearts are Super Chats, and then at the end of the live stream, I give everyone hearts and hugs and all the love. So yeah, Super Chats get hearts. Otherwise, we just we chat about whatever the chat's talking about, and just enjoy hanging out with all of you. The only other thing that I just said, did I say monthly? I meant to say weekly. Thank you, Geekfilter. Weekly live stream chat. The only other thing besides we all chatting, the only other thing that I just want to say is if there's any trolls in the stream, because it hasn't been so bad in the past week or so, so hopefully it's not a big deal. But if there's any trolls in the stream, all I ask is that I and the mods will deal with it. But if anyone's here to troll and be a jerk, we just ignore them. We don't pay attention to them, and then I and the mods will be dealing with it. But otherwise, all you have to do is just ask me questions or be wonderful in the chat and hang out here. But beyond that, we like to say hi. And yeah, we are Gemini sisters, Miss Wicked Wolf. That is amazing. I love proud Gemini. Even though I'm not someone much for astrology, I always find it kind of interesting. And proud Gemini. Geminis are awesome. Though the Gemini label does fit me quite a bit. It does quite accurately describe me, even though I'm not a big astrology person. All right. So let us quick look at these super chats. So first one is an HM3 free heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you giving you hearts and love. And you said, you are amazing, one of the most beautiful people in the world. Oh, thank you so much. Well, you didn't say I added that. I added in the world. You said one of the most beautiful people. I just assumed in the world. I just slid that. I slid that in there. But thank you, seriously. Thank you so much. My birthday is Juneteenth. What's yours? My birthday is June 18th. So literally in a week. So I think next Friday is officially my birthday day. So yeah, in 1 week I will be 29. I will be 29, which means I'll be old. Ugh. I know. People are gonna say, don't say that. I'm not old. But also I'm older, which it hurts. No, it's fine. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be ageist. Erica Koshar, heart to you. Thank you so much. That is a super wonderful super chat. I really appreciate that. You said, happy early birthday. I hope that your day is like you. Delightful. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're delightful. You're absolutely delightful. If you'd like to pick a charity, I'll match this amount with a donation in your name for your birthday. Oh, well, thank you so much. And I wanted to say, want to make sure I get the name of it. National Center for Transgender Equality. If I would ask anyone to donate anywhere, the National Center for Transgender Equality, I think, is a really great place. I think they do some amazing work. And yeah, I would, if I'm going to talk about a charity, it would definitely be the National Center for Transgender Equality. Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Erica, excuse me. But thank you so much. I feel like I feel you. I just turned 30 last month. Oh, yeah, I know. There's a new decade coming soon. In a year for me, it'll be a new decade. I'll be like, no, bad. I don't want to change the number at the beginning of my age. Keep that number the same. Just like 210. Keep the number the same. So instead of going to 29, I'll go to 210. I think that's how that works, right? Then it'll be 211, 212. Then after that, after I go another 99 years, that I'll become, 99 years, I'll be 2,999 or 2001. Whatever. I just want to keep the 2. I want to keep the 2. It's the most important part. Keep the 2. Let's see. Happy Pride Month. Everyone's saying Happy Pride. Yes. I'm excited for Pride. Sadly, there's not many Pride events going on in Seattle, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? We survive. We make it through. We get through it. Next year means next year will be even crazier. But yeah, I wish there was some more Pride events here in next year I'll be 29 again, Wellington. My aunt just celebrates his 29th birthday. That's smart. Age is but a number, so yes, we'll just celebrate. I'll just celebrate 29. That'll be it. My 29th birthday every year. I appreciate that. I like that idea. Your grandmother's amazing in that sense. Geek Filter, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And by the way, you are lovely. By the way, Geek Filter. Also, I saw your text. I'm going to respond to you after the if text me after the stream because I need to. We need to talk. But yes, text me after the stream. I meant to respond to you, and I'm an asshole when it comes to responding. So apologies, Geek Filter. But I am 51. You are not old. You're 51, Geek Filter. And I'm not saying this to be nice. I legitimately would not have assumed that, Geek Filter. I legitimately would not have assumed that. I would have assumed you were probably in your 30s. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to be kind. I would not have assumed you were 51. You look great for your age. By the way, everyone, Geek Filter and I, we've hung out and stuff. I've been on Geek Filter's podcast and things. So that's why I know what Geek Filter looks like. I don't stalk people that you know of. I could be stalking you right now. Not really. I don't even know. I'm too lazy to stalk people. If we're being honest, I'm too lazy to ever stalk anybody. So that's just the truth. But you have a gift coming your way, and hopefully it'll reach you before your Thursday stream. Well, I will keep an eye out for it. I need to go to the post office P.O. box tomorrow anyways, and I'll check again before next Thursday stream. Which, by the way, no one needs to. I'm not fishing. I'm not fishing for this. However, actually, someone gave me, by the way, I should say, someone sent me something, and I meant to actually have it. I might run into the other room to show it off. But I'm not fishing for this, but I will say, if anyone sends me any birthday gifts to my P.O. box, which is should be down in the link down below, then I will open them on this next coming stream and the stream after, because I'm assuming some things might not get here in time. But if you do, I will open it on the stream next Thursday. That's not me fishing. That's not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I will. So, and Mega Man, yes, I thought I did respond to you on Twitter. I believe I did. We'll talk, Mega Man. I did respond to you, I thought, but maybe I missed it or whatever. But I did try to respond to you on Twitter. But I will get back to you again tonight. Don't worry. Well, technically my heart is in its 40s. That's fair, Geek Filter. That's fair. That is good. Next year you'll be 30 and Wild be 40. Why? Vera will always, by the way, Miss Wicked, Vera will always be 10. Vera Wild is a 10-year-old at heart. She might be here, so. Let's see. How old do you want to live to be? I plan on shooting for 110. Just pizza crust? I want to live forever. I'm going to do the Will Riker answer. I want to live forever. Dorian R., thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. I really appreciate you. You are lovely. I greatly appreciate it. For the next live stream Mass Effect where you woo that guy, you can make it a fundraiser for the trans equality charity you mentioned. So I'm actually, what I'm planning to do, so I'm not entirely sure, I'm not making plans, I'm not announcing this just yet, but I am planning to do a fundraiser charity event at some point in the near future. So that will be happening, not for the drug stream, because I don't necessarily want to do a fundraiser where, like, I want to keep that sort of its own thing, and I don't want to have to, like, worry about sort of stuff on that. But I am planning to do some charity live streams, because I haven't done one yet, and I have been wanting to. So we will be doing that. I mean, I did a charity fundraiser last year for Black Lives Matter. But that was sort of an unofficial off-the-cuff thing. But yes, I will be doing a charity live stream at some point. I do have plans to do it in the future, but I kind of make a bigger thing than just my normal streams. So I will be doing something. It'll probably be like a 24-hour stream, something like that. Like I said, I'll announce plans when I'm getting ready to do that. But that is a plan. So don't worry, I do want to do some charity streams. Let's see here, Angie. Yeah, Angie, we talked about this over on my Twitch channel, but I am sorry about your guinea pig. I'm so sorry. I'm giving you an extra heart to you for your guinea pig that passed away. So, Josh Lenton, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. Here's some dollar dues to put towards your cheeky B-Day beverages. Happy birthday week. Yes, thank you so much. You, of course, you all know I will be getting drunk for my birthday. I'm planning on, in case anyone's wondering, I'm planning on celebrating it in 2 ways. My birthday, in case anyone's wondering. I'm going to be doing a, next Thursday, I'm going to be doing I haven't announced it yet on my Patreon, but I will, but we'll be doing a watch-along, a movie watch-along, on my Patreon, so my patrons and I will all be celebrating my birthday together. So if you're a patron, come join me in the watch-along. But I'm debating what movie. I'm going to just straight up, usually we do a vote on the movie, but I'm going to just pick the movie this week, or this month for my birthday. I'm debating between doing something like So Bad It's Good, like Jupiter Ascending, because that's a fun movie, or I'm debating doing, like, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe the animated The Hobbit, maybe Knives Out. I'm debating. There's a few movies that are, like, percolating in my brain as possible movies to watch, but we'll be doing something. And then the second way, I'm having a board game night. Some friends here in Seattle are coming over for a board game night because we're all fully vaccinated, which I'm super excited about, thank heavens. And I'm gonna get wasted and play board games, and it's gonna be amazing. That's like literally, like, I could go out to a bar, but my anxiety-riddled self, like, I like bars, but for my birthday, I just like being inside playing board games, getting drunk with friends. That's my favorite one. So. Is this Erica Koshar? Thank you, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. And yes, is this at transequality.org? If so, donation on the way. Yeah, it should be transequality. Yeah, I want to put it right here for everybody. Yeah, it should be, and I believe I just put it in the chat. So yeah, transequality.org. When I do a charity stream, it's going to probably be for the National Center for Transgender Equality, because I think they do good work, and I haven't heard any, like, I try to do research and to make sure that they don't have any controversies or problematic stuff, because that's always a problem with some charities and stuff. But that would be the charity that I would go for, and I try to vet it as best I can, so. Let's see. Scrolling down for the more super chats. And yes, by the way, Celestia Amethyst, it is, and same to you, Mega Man. Just know that we always have your back. I know it was a harder time the past few days, so just wanted to send you both extra love to both of you. I'm glad you're both here. Punk Rock Zoologist, who is lovely and has an amazing podcast, by the way, that you should totally check out, called Vedic Assembly, that a certain Jessie Gender may have been on. But Punk Rock Zoologist has a wonderful podcast, and he is a wonderful human. You said, happy nearly birthday, Jessie. Unrelated, have you ever, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Unrelated, have you ever tried the Aussie delicacy known as Tim Tams? No. No, what are these things? What are Tim Tams? Like, Tim Tam, the name Tim Tam just sounds lovely. What? Wait, what is this? Oh my gosh. What are these little chocolate cake candy things? This looks lovely. This looks absolutely lovely. Also, why is there a picture of Boris Johnson holding Tim Tams? If you type in Tim Tams on Google, there's a picture of Boris Johnson holding Tim Tams, and it's like, okay. Not sure how I feel about that. But I will take the Tim Tams. That's for dang sure. That's for dang sure. All right, leave out the politician. Just give me the chocolate. So, all right. But no, I have not had one. Let's see. Heart to you, Alex Maurice. Thank you so much. You said, love your tat. What is it of? And I also see someone else was asking about it earlier. Who said that? Jane Becker. You said, I'm a new viewer, which, by the way, welcome, new viewer. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I love your shoulder tattoo. I was wondering if it represents something special for you. And Alex also asked the same thing, too. So, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, so I can give you a good look at it here. Let's see if I can actually, maybe I'll bring in the camera a little bit. Sorry, the camera's going to get a little bit weird here for a second, but let's see. I'll show you. So if you see right there, that, if you can see, I'll see it. And look in my closet there. That's where all my film equipment and stuff is. You can see the green screen on the floor there. But anyways, that tattoo is Smog the Dragon, and then the Lonely Mountain Erebor. And you can't really see it very well here, but Smog's tail becomes the river that goes up into Erebor. I'll see if I can show it to you really well. Yeah, see how his tail like kind of goes up and it becomes the river that goes up into is it? Yeah, it's Erebor. From The Hobbit. And the reason that I got this tattoo was because back in when I was a little kid, my dad, before I could read, he would come into my room every night and he would read me chapters of The Hobbit. He'd read me a chapter a night. And honestly, it was like the first thing that like ever really inspired me and ever really got me interested in fantasy and science fiction and all the things that I'm inspired by clearly today. I mean, considering the whole channel and, you know, me doing this as a job. Excuse me. And so, yeah, that inspired me. And then when I was old enough, The Hobbit was the first ever novel that I read. And it's my favorite book of all time. And so that's why I have this tattoo. I got it as like an ode to my father, who is still alive. He's not dead. I was actually just talking to him right before the stream. But an ode to my father, an ode to where my passions come from towards one of my favorite franchises and my favorite novels and my favorite books. The movies, they're okay. But yeah, that's what the tattoo's of, and I'm actually very pleased and proud of it. I might be getting another tattoo, by the way, on my wrists. I'm hopefully getting another Star Trek tattoo on my wrist in the near future. And I have another one on my ankle that I've showed off a few times, so. Ooh, who's talking about Titan AE? I see in the chat people are talking about Titan AE. Yes. A cosmic castaway. I love Titan AE. Titan AE is fantastic. That's a great movie. Very underappreciated. It's got its problems for sure, but is a really, really great movie. And the soundtrack to it is lovely. I love it so much. Titan AE is absolutely wonderful. Laura, someone asked about the trans flag in the background here, which is the Star Trek. It's the Star Trek Federation trans flag. I'll see if I can find this link for everybody. But it's from a friend of mine who lives here in Seattle, actually makes them and sells them on their website, and sends most of the money to a different group every single month. Let's see. So here, send you all. I'm gonna put this right here. I just put it in the chat. That is my friend's. I just put in the chat the where you can get the flag, and they sell a bunch of different ones, like a lesbian flag, bisexual flag, trans flag, pride flag, pansexual flag. So if you're looking for a good like Star Trek, LGBTQ flag, that's you can get those at that link. So, and I make no money off of that, by the way. I'm just saying that because I'm a friend, and also I think their work is amazing. So let us see. Also, Carla, heart to you. Thank you so much. I got 2 super chats here from Carla. So heart and heart. Happiest to be days to you, Jessie. Well, Carla, thank you so much. You are lovely. I really appreciate you. Here's my mouth right here with the words that I'm saying. Thank you so much. I don't know why. I'm going to do this. This is Jessie. Hi. Heart to you. I'm going to talk like this. No, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to all of you. But thank you so much. Everyone's talking about Tim Taps. Samuel Howard, heart to you. Happy early birthday to you. Mine is this weekend, so I should drink to your health. Well, thank you, Samuel Howard. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the drinking to my health. To you, to your health. I love it. Let's see. Oh, Maggie the Goblin. See? Good to see you. I'll see. We're all talking. Everyone got really excited about Tim Tams. See, I'm catching up on the chat. Oh, you want my old-timey radio? Hello, this is Voice for Radio. Hello, this is probably the best way to do it. Haha, I am Voice for Radio. I'm here to sell you cigarettes and tell you women should be in the kitchen. That's my radio voice. Haha, haha. If I wanted to see things from the woman's point of view, I would go and look out the kitchen window. Haha, ho 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 ho. Oh boy. That is. Yay, my old-timey radio voice who's sexist and likes to sell cigarettes. Oh, God. I'm a terrible person. Hopefully that made you laugh and not hate me. I tried my best, but there you go. I'm glad people found that funny. But yes, I see some more super chats. Let me get to those. Carlisle, the cinephile, who is absolutely wonderful. Good to see you. Today is 2 months before my birthday. Well, happy pre-2 months birthday. Words good, say I. Heart to you. Thank you so much. And Angie, by the way, heart to you. You are lovely. I tried to come up with something interesting to say in Super Chats. Well, heart to you first. Sorry to say something in Super Chats, but I don't even know. Get yourself a good beer. Well, thank you. I will. I actually know exactly. There's this maple stout that I've been, like, holding off that it's a little bit expensive. I usually don't like to go that... Like, this beer is, like, it's, like, $10 for one bottle of it, but it's so good. And it's like, I don't want to waste that much money on a beer, on a single thing of beer. Sorry, it's like $15, not $10. And it's like, okay. It's like, I will waste the money for my birthday. But otherwise, I don't want to waste that much on beer. I mean, I love beer. I'm a beer snob. Don't get me wrong. But it's a bit much for a single can. So, but for my birthday, I will. So thank you, Angie. I really appreciate that. Hey, Louis Man Gaming. Good to see ya. Thoughts on Elden Ring news, says Jay. Ooh, I'm excited. I mean, the problem is, I was more excited by, what did I see today? There was a few announcements that I was really pumped about. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. From Borderlands, the Borderlands spinoff. That I'm actually more excited about. Elden Ring, I'm excited about. The problem is From Software. The hard thing is, like, I really love From Software's games. I love their worlds. I love the concept of the games. And all. Hey, Vale, it's good to see you. Vale and Corey, it's good to see you. But I love From Software's, like, interconnected geography. I love the lore. I even love the gameplay. But it's just a little bit too hard for me, and I can get into those games. It's not like I'm a bad gamer. I'm sure I could do them well, but I just kind of don't enjoy playing a game a really long time and then getting killed and then having to go all the way back to the beginning or whatever and things like that. It's just, like, it's a lot for me. And it's just, like, I don't have the issue is more, it's not that I can't do that or I'm not good at that. It's more, I don't have a lot of time to play games nowadays. I'm, like, editing videos, writing, and doing YouTube stuff a lot of the time now. And so it's, like, if I'm playing a game, I want to be able to feel like I'm making progress in the game. And so I really don't, I sadly just don't have time for that. So I am excited for Elden Ring. I want to try Elden Ring, but From Software games usually don't click with me fast enough for me to really get into them. Like Bloodborne. Oh my god, the world of Bloodborne is like 100% my jam. Like London creepy, like English creepy nightmare horror stuff, totally my jam. But sadly, not my type of game. But I was very excited for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That looks right up my alley. Right up my alley. So that's my thoughts on Elden Ring. Let's see. It would take a lot for me to hate you. Well, thank you, Jedi Indiana Jones. You are lovely, too. All right. Carla, thank you again for the next super chat. Heart for you. You said, what color are your eyes, Jessie? Well, my eyes are brown. They're like kind of boring. I don't know how well you can see it if you're. Let's see. I don't want to creep anyone out by like zooming in my eyeball. My eyes are brown. I have very boring. Weirdly, I was very insecure about that as a kid. I had friends who I had a friend of mine who had like eye color that changed color. I'm like, oh, that's always so cool. And I have other friends who had really interesting colors, and I'm just brown, boring old brown. It's like blah. I think I have good eyes, I think, but like brown, just boring brown. So sadly, nothing interesting, unfortunately. Andrew, good to see you. Andrew Giamato, good to see you. That was really fun. Well, I'm glad, Maggie. I'm glad that was funny. Good. I'm glad everyone enjoyed the really terrible radio voice. Well, here's the rest to cover. Well, thank you so much. Let's see. Heart to you, Angie P. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for helping me cover the rest of that beer. You are lovely and wonderful. Heart to you, Angie. Let's see. People are asking the name of the beer. Let's see if I can remember the name, because I usually just get it. It's a place called The Brewery, but like spelled weirdly. I'm trying to remember how to spell it. That's the weird part. It's like oatmeal stout, oatmeal cookie stout brewery. It's like spelled really weirdly. It's an oatmeal cookie stout by a place called The Brewery, but The Brewery is spelled differently. Here it is. Here. This is it. It's spelt. I actually have a picture of it right here. It's The Brewery. So the Bruery, The Brewery, and it's oatmeal. It's an oatmeal cookie stout, and it's like a maple. It's so good, folks. It is delicious. It is the best thing you will ever have. It is so. I mean, if you're someone who likes beer, if you're not someone who drinks alcohol, someone who doesn't like beer, something like that, obviously not great. But for me, it's an oatmeal cookie stout that has like a strong maple flavor, and it is it's so good. It's like literally the best thing. I adore it. Like listen to this description. And by the way, I apologize if people. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I don't want to make people uncomfortable if they're not someone who's into alcohol or anything like that, which is totally fair. There's nothing wrong with that. Not shaming any, like, don't want to push anybody into drinking alcohol. So, but I will share the name of this. Let's see. I'm trying to read this description. And yeah, just figure out how to zoom in on my computer real quick. All right. Imperial stout brewed with oats and aged in bourbon barrel with raisins, cinnamon, maple, granola, and natural flavors added. Oh, mwah, it is delicious. Delicious. But again, I won't stay too much on that just because I know I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable with the with the beer talk. So, everyone's complimenting the brown eyes. Well, thank you so much. Aw, brown is warm and beautiful icon. Well, thank you. Now you make me feel really good about the brown. You people are lovely. That's like weirdly kind. Like that's like so surprisingly kind. I didn't realize that was actually gonna hit me. Like, wow, thank you. That's actually like super super sweet of all of you. I really appreciate that. And hey, Castelas, good to see you. Sorry, weirdly that actually like weirdly hit hard. I don't know why, but thank you for the brown eyes compliments. That was super nice. Flowers for Brains. Thank you for saying happy early birthday. And just scrolling down here. Let's see. Heart to you, Catherine Lambeth. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are lovely. You said, do. There ain't nothing in the world like a brown-eyed girl. Aw, thank you so much. That is a song, isn't it? Brown-eyed girl. That is a song. I forgot about that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much, Catherine Lambeth. You are lovely. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Who sang that class? Yeah, I don't remember who did sing that. Brown-eyed girl. By the way, did anyone see the Summer Games Fest stuff today? Because I talked about Tiny Tina stuff, but there was like a Journey like that game company was making like a Journey like game, which is like it's very clearly a Journey knockoff. Brown Eyed Girl was sung by Van Morrison, which makes sense. Yeah, people in the chat were saying that. So Van Morrison. What else came out today? Oh, everybody! They announced that that Lord of the Rings anime movie, which like the Riders of Gondor or whatever. There's like a Riders of Gondor anime movie that they're making, which I am so excited about. I need more Lord of the Rings animated movies. Like they just got the animated. Hey, Reinhardt68, good to see ya. They got what was I trying to say? They the old animated The Hobbit movies the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies are so amazing. They're like weird nostalgia fun. Like I think they are legitimately great, but they require a certain taste to enjoy them. But I just want more Lord of the Rings animated stuff, and oh my gosh, the Lord of the Rings Riders of I think it's like Riders of Rohan or something like that. It's gonna be really really cool. So I am so pumped for that. That's gonna be so much fun. Let's see what else is there. What else? I'm just like looking at some news stuff here that went out, but like what struck me. Evil Dead game was really cool. Also, they shared the He-Man trailer, which I was not exactly looking forward to the He-Man trailer or He-Man after She-Ra, because She-Ra was just so amazing. But the He-Man trailer, it sold me. It sold me. All right, let's see. What else was there? Van Morrison, I saw a few things that I wanted to some people asking some questions here in the chat. Let's see. Oh, has Van Morrison been a COVID idiot? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Nathan asks, are you looking forward to Amazon's Lord of the Rings show? I am. I am very much looking forward to that Lord of the Rings show. You know, I'm not a big fan of Amazon at all, but I think I've talked about this before, but they're putting a lot of money into that, and you know what? I'll still take the show, you know. I hate the company, but I'll at least take the Lord of the Rings stuff that you give me at the very least. But yeah, no, I'm very pumped for that. I think it'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see more what it's about, because it's kind of been vaguely like it's a Lord of the Rings show, and they haven't really talked much about characters or setting. So I'm pumped to see what's going to happen with that, because they're clearly putting a lot into it. But I'm curious to see where it'll eventually net out in terms of what it'll actually be about within Lord of the Rings. But I am excited for that. I'm also excited for the Foundation show, which I think Apple TV is doing. That's the other TV show that I'm like super pumped about. That's gonna come soon. They're doing an adaptation of Isaac Asimov's Foundation, starring an actor that I really love. Oh God, what was his name? Well, he's from The Expanse. He was in Foundation. He was in Chernobyl. Actor. I'm blanking on his name because he's always so good. Jared Harris. He is fantastic. I love Jared Harris. And he's going to be the main dude in Foundation. So I'm so pumped for that. That'll be super, super pumped. Let's see. Have you ever watched Lord of the Rings Geek channel on YouTube's like Man of the West or Nerd of the Rings? No, I haven't, but I should check that out. Homebody. I haven't really been a Lord of the Rings YouTube person. Mainly focused on the only specific nerddom that I follow on YouTube is mainly Star Trek. Otherwise, I'm just more like general like BreadTube stuff that I follow, or like general nerd channels, things like that. I don't hyperfixate on YouTube other than Star Trek, but I should branch out. Like I don't even follow like Star Wars stuff, which is surprising for me. Though Star Wars can get toxic pretty quickly on YouTube. So can Star Trek, but slightly less so. Gretchen Badger, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. That is a super generous super chat. That is so wonderful. I really appreciate that. You said, as a fellow upstate New Yorker, I'm from I'm from Albany. I was wondering if you heard of or been to Star Trek Experience in Ticonderoga. This guy has created this TOS soundstage to perfection with the original props. It's awesome. No, I have heard of it. I believe they shot, Star Trek New Voyages there, that fan film that they did. I believe that's where they shot Star Trek New Voyages. I have never been there, but I know of it. And I do want to go and visit it because it sounds really, really cool. I think that I heard that they're adding the Next Generation sets, a recreation of the Next Generation sets to that too, which is like super exciting. I do want to make a trip there at some point, but it's not something it's a cool set, but it's just a set, and it would probably be a lot of fun, but I'd have to go out of my way to get there, especially since I live in Seattle now. So it'd have to be when I'm visiting family, and then I'd have to instead of visiting family, I have to go up to Ticonderoga. So it's something that I do want to do, and I'm actually pumped to do, but I haven't really had a chance to get to it. So it is something that I do intend to at some point, but we'll see if that actually happens. So let's see. So let's see Amethyst, one second, I'm just trying to see something. Man of the West is a cool channel. I'll check them out. I will check them out. Ooh, Stranger Things Magic cards. I am actually excited about Magic. I am super excited about Magic. I want to get back into Magic. The problem with Magic is I want to, especially because there's not a lot of events. So here's the story. I used to be big into Magic in high school. In high school, I was so into Magic. I played it every Friday night. We did a Friday Night Magic. I spent way too much money on Magic cards. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but it was a lot of money. I do want to get back into Magic, but try and do it in a less expensive way. So maybe doing some pre-releases and stuff like that, where you can buy the cards that night and then just play, and it's $20, and you don't have to build a deck and hone everything. It's just with the cards that you're given. That would be a lot of fun. So, and especially right now here in Seattle, there's not a ton of stuff going on in person, but there are still some Friday Night Magic things going on here in Seattle. So I might want to go to a Friday Night Magic event here in Seattle in the near future, just because it'll be something to get me out of the house. But I love Magic. It's a fun game. And speaking of Stranger Things, with the Stranger Things element of that, I'm excited for that. I have never been, to be fair, I have never been the biggest fan of Stranger Things. Like, I love the actors in it. Like, I'm blanking on her name, but the actress who plays Eleven, she is phenomenal. I like her in all the stuff that I've seen her in. Like, even the Godzilla films, she's a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoy her. So I like Stranger Things. I think it's a lot of fun, and I like the world of it. But I've never been the biggest. Like, I've never been like, oh my gosh, Stranger Things, that's amazing. It's like, I've always like, yeah, this is a good show that I genuinely enjoy. But I'm never like crazy about it, like a lot of people got into. So I'm pumped for the Magic Stranger Things cards. But I was actually more excited. I think they were doing they added like Ravnica as like a D&D setting that I want to play, because I love Ravnica, which is probably my favorite. Ravnica is probably my favorite Magic the Gathering setting. And so they did a D&D version of it, and I really want to play that at some point. So. Reinhardt68, thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you. You are amazing. You said, Jessie, I'm playing Magic right now online. I love it, not investing a whole lot of money into it, but really just having a good time playing. Yeah, see, I would love that, but the thing with Magic is, like, a lot of people play Magic online. I know there's, like, the video games that you can play Magic, and that's sort of cheaper way to do it. My thing is, like, with Magic, I like the tactile. Like, I like it being in front of me. So I do want to play Magic online. It would be kind of fun, but I just like the physical cards. Like, I like the physical tactileness of it. That's part of why that's, like, half of the enjoyment of Magic for me is, like, the fact that it's very tactile. It's like a card game. So I love the game. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not against playing online, but I like it. It also helps my brain better. For some reason, I can never really do card games online. Like, card games online just for some reason never really fully work with my brain super well. And so that's part of why I don't play it online. But I might, because I have a hankering, and so I was actually thinking of buying the video game to play. So there's a part of it that I want to do, but I haven't, like, been able to get into it. Okay, sorry, I've seen a few questions here. Meme Dark Dank, I wanted to answer your question about horror movies, but I also want to get this super chat here by Stephen Fenn. Thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you. You are lovely and amazing. You said, happy birthday and happy Pride. This is the first year I'll be selling Pride as a member of the community instead of an ally. Aces at Pride. Hell yes, Stephen Fenn. That's amazing. And you were, by the way, I mean, to be fair, I don't necessarily want to presume your story, because maybe you're just figuring it out now. But if you've been ace your entire life, you've always been part of the community. It's just now you're able to be out and, like, actively a part of the community. But I want to make sure that you know that you've always been a part of this community, and you've always had this lovely community here that's like cares about you and like wants you to be part and love you and hug you and all that fun stuff. But you've always been a member of this community, unless you didn't identify as ace before, and it's just been something that you've been, like, developing and sort of grown into, things like that. So I don't necessarily know your story. But if you've been ace your entire life, you have always been part of this community. And by the way, I will make sure I say this very clearly, because I know some people think differently. Asexuals 100% belong at Pride. Asexuals are 100% part of the LGBTQ community, LGBTQ plus community. Hell yes, you are always welcome. And my lovely, lovely asexual friends, both here in the community and in the world, you are always welcome and always part of this community. So I just want to make sure that gets stated, because I know some places unfortunately aren't as welcoming to asexuals. I've seen it in real life. And so I just want to let every single asexual person know that might be here hanging out. You are 100% welcome here in any shape or form. As Corin is very confused, as you said in the chat. Asexuals, aromantics, agenders, those are all very different. Those are all different sections, not necessarily all under the asexual umbrella, but all of you, you're all welcome. So just wanted to make that entirely clear. And no worries, Geekfilter, if you had a cat emergency. No worries. And Bylon and thank you, Punk Rock Zoologist. I will check that out. I really appreciate that. But there was a good question. Meme Dank, you asked, do you watch horror? If so, what subgenre? Yes. Have you met me? I mean, you haven't met me in person, but yes, Meme Dank. I am a huge horror fan. Also, Genesis Morrow, this is your first stream. Well, welcome to your first stream. And to anybody who is this is your first stream. Heart to everybody. I love you all. Welcome to your first stream, and welcome if you've been doing the stream for a while. But yeah, Dank Meme, I am a huge horror fan. Huge horror fan. I at least watch a horror movie a week. And so I kind of run the gamut with horror movies that I enjoy. My favorite subgenre of horror, it's not, again, I watch all horror, but probably my favorite subgenre of horror is horror comedy. I deeply love horror comedies so much. Final Girls is one of my personal favorite horror comedies. I mean, there's the usual suspects for that. You get Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Cabin in the Woods, sort of the big names that everyone throws out when it comes to horror comedy. But Final Girls I genuinely enjoy. Grabbers was one that I watched recently that was a lot of fun. What else have I seen recently that like horror comedies? Because I try and watch a bunch of them. Let's see. I want to give some recommendations because I love horror comedies, and I will toss them out at you real quickly. Boys from County Hell. That was kind of a fun one. I was a little bit disappointed with it, but that's like a Scottish horror comedy it's a lot of fun. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but Boys from County Hell was a lot of fun. It's like a Scottish Hillland vampire comedy. It was a good one. Get Duked. Get Duked was a really fun horror comedy. That one's I think Welsh. I might be wrong on that, but I believe that one's a Welsh horror, where again, kind of like Welsh, like out in the countryside, kind of thing. Very similar, but the Get Duked is more of a class one. Like it's about like the upper class trying to hunt down these like young street punk kids. What else have I seen? 12-Hour Shift. It's not so much a horror comedy, but that's a really good one. There's an actor in that 12-Hour Shift movie that it's a really clever horror movie. And stars there's a character that gives me very much Harley Quinn vibes, like all of the Harley Quinn vibes. So those are some recommendations that I give you really quickly. Also, I'm seeing some more super chats, so I'm just gonna give some hearts to you. Erica Koshar, heart to you. You are lovely. What We Do in the Shadows. Oh yes, What We Do in the Shadows is amazing. What We Do in the Shadows is freaking amazing. Let's see. Erica Koshar, you said, this site didn't let me donate in a person's name, but the donation to the National Center for Transgender Equality has been made. Use the super chat to answer someone else's questions of your choice. Well, Erica, thank you so much for donating to the National Center for Transgender Equality. I really appreciate that. It's totally amazing. You are lovely. Also, Wellington Smith, thank you for handling that in the chat. I really do appreciate that. Just wanted to call that out. Love to the mods. Let's see here. So I'm looking for someone else's question because you said answer someone else's question. I just want to find someone else's question here. If anyone has a question, I will make sure I answer it. So if anyone has a question, I am happy to answer it in the next few seconds. You played here. Ian asked. You played same Mikhail. You played Alien Isolation. Oh, I think you're talking to each other. You're not talking to me, which I love that. That makes me so happy. I love that you're all talking to each other. Jessie I could just rant here. I could rant about whatever, and I love the fact that you are all talking to each other. I love that. Can I just? I said this numerous times, but can I just say how much I love this community? I know I say this a lot. I say this a lot when I'm drunk. If you want some affirmation, Drunk Jessie will give you affirmation on Saturday nights when I do my drunk gaming streams. I give affirmation at the wazoo, but I just want to say I'm really proud of this community. I really love all of you, and I really love that, like, I one of my favorite things is that before every stream that I do, I pop in, I see people talking to each other in the chat and saying hi to each other. That makes me always so happy. I always really appreciate that. I love seeing that so much. So that you're all lovely. Like this community is lovely, and you're all lovely, and I adore you all. You amazing people. So I just wanted to make sure I said that. It really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. Let's see. Stephen Fenn, heart to you again. Thank you so much for the super chat. And you said, I actually figured out my identity came out because of you. Your videos helped me a lot. Oh, well, I am honored by that. I'm so glad, and heart to you. I'm so glad that I was able to help, but you did it yourself, and I'm glad that I was able to help you in any way, but I'm proud of you. I'm absolutely proud of you. So you did it because of you, because you found the strength and you figured, you took the time to understand yourself. That is amazing. So I'm so glad that I was able to help in any way, but more so, I am proud of you, Stephen. That's amazing. So congratulations to you. That's absolutely wonderful. Keep streaming. Aw, thank you. I love how supportive. I love this. Well, Ian asks, did you play Alien Isolation, Jessie? I did. I never beat it. I wanted to, but I loved that game. That game was great. I want more good Alien games. Like, not Aliens Colonial Marines, but Aliens as a franchise I think is a lot of fun. I would love an updated, like, Alien Isolation 2. Because I loved the randomness of that. Like, it was truly terrifying. Like, whenever the alien came in, I literally got terrified. It was so scary. So freaking scary. That game is absolutely wonderful. I love horror video games. Horror video games are hard for me sometimes because, like, I don't get really scared at horror movies. I love horror movies and I enjoy them, but I don't really get that scared at horror movies anymore. There's a few things that will scare me. The scares that scare me the most, by the way, if anyone's actually interested, the type of scare that scares me the most is when a shot on a film, like you're watching a movie and the shot stays in one place and you're just actually looking at the frame and then you notice something's off about something. And then you're like, oh, shoot. And you realize that that was the scare. Like, the scary thing was in front of you all along. And then it moves. So the two times that I can think of that recently that did that was The Ritual. The Ritual has the movie The Ritual. It's a horror. It's like a forest horror movie on Netflix. The Ritual has a scare like that. And then Homebound. There's a Homebound, which is also a great horror comedy. If you were looking for another great horror comedy, Homebound is really great. But Homebound has a scare like that. Both The Ritual and Homebound have two scares like that. Oh, scares the crap out of me. Also noise-based scares. That's why I love audio drama horror the most. Audio drama horror always terrifies me the most, more than actual movies do, because I get scared by noises. I get scared like when you can hear something but you can't see something, especially if you hear something distant. Weirdly, when you hear something far away and know it is coming for you, that terrifies me. I'm thinking of like, I'm trying to think of like a good example of that. There was actually, this is not a great movie, but Chernobyl Diaries. There's a horror movie called Chernobyl Diaries, and it has a scare like that, where they're all stuck in a van, and then they hear, miles away, they hear these monsters from far away, and they're like, oh shoot, those things are coming. Like, that always terrified me. But it's not a great, like, the Chernobyl Diaries is not a great movie, but that scare worked for me. So. Oh, Black Tapes is a great horror podcast, punk rock zoologist. I love the Black Tapes. Though Peter's out at the end. The ending of the last season of Black Tapes sucks. Like, really, really sucks. Same thing with Tanis. Like, that, they had, like, the Black Tapes and Tanis audio podcasts were, like, good horror podcasts, and then they crapped the bed at the end. It really disappointed me. Like, if I had to recommend, my favorite horror podcast is the Magnus Archives, which also ended, and I think it ended really well for me. I loved how the Magnus Archives ended. For me, I know some people didn't like the ending. I personally really loved the ending. But yeah, for me, the Black Tapes, which was really great until the final season, where I went downhill real quick, in my estimation. But Tracy Dale, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You are the best. You are absolutely the best. And Wellington, Scared Jessie Squeal is the cutest. Well, thank you. I should play some more horror podcast drunk, or horror video games drunk. We'll have to do that more. We'll have to do that more on streams. Maybe not this Saturday. I'm going to be playing more Mass Effect, but I want to try and get out of Mass Effect in the near future and play some other stuff. So maybe I'll play some horror things. Happy early birthday. What Tracy Dale says, happy early birthday. Thank you so much, Tracy. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your super chat, and I appreciate you. You lovely, lovely human. You're absolutely wonderful. You can hear Mr. Oh, God. Are we talking about Resident Evil? Resident Evil 2 Remake, fantastic, but oh, my God. Mr. X scared the crap out of me. Oh, it gets, like, that game gets better with replays once you know where you're supposed to go, but my first playthrough of Resident Evil 2 Remake, oh, heart attacks all the time. Heart attacks all the time, because I was, like, living by myself, and it was when I played the game when I first moved to Seattle, the first time I moved to Seattle, and I was living in an apartment by myself, and I was, like, in the dark, and I had this huge bay window on that apartment, and it was like overlooking this like darkness, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I am going to die. But yeah, that is absolutely wonderful. It's a great game. One of my favorites, actually. Resident Evil 2 Remake might be one of my favorite games of all time. But Mr. X and that game just in general, terrifying. Terrifying. Let's see. Do you think Last Night in Soho is a horror movie or more of a suspense movie? It looks like a horror movie. It might be more of a suspense movie, but it's definitely a horror kind of suspense time travel thing. I'm very excited. I mean, it's one of my favorite directors, Edgar Wright. Last Night in Soho. That looks like a really, really great movie. And Deadly Smiles, welcome to your first stream. Heart to you. Welcome here. Welcome to the community, you lovely, lovely person. It is so great to have you here, you beautiful human being. I adore you and appreciate you so much. And Carla, thank you so much for your other super chat. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You said, what kind of clothes and colors do you like to wear the most? Ooh, good question. I mean, types of clothes, I love wearing nerd clothes, like cosplay stuff and dresses. I don't have a ton of these, but I love nerdy dresses. So nerdy dresses are fantastic. In terms of colors, I wear blue and yellow. Blue and yellow are probably my favorite. This is purple. I like purple too, but blue and yellow are probably my two favorite colors overall. But what else do I like to wear? I mean, I like to wear, like, imagine, like, I joke about this, but it's kind of true. It's kind of true. My aesthetic is basically kindergarten lesbian art teacher. Like, slightly overwhelmed kindergarten lesbian art teacher is like my basic aesthetic. Yeah, think lesbian kindergarten art teacher, and you basically got the Jessie gender aesthetic down to a T. But I say that as a joke, but yeah, like, I love, like, overalls. I always love the overall things. What else do I like to wear? I always like these, like, muscle, like, kind of shirts. These are kind of nice. Yeah. I think so. I think that's probably the best way to say it. So, Miss Frizzle. Yeah, Miss Frizzle. Definitely got a Miss Frizzle vibe. Yeah, I like the Miss Frizzle vibe. I like a slightly more punk Miss Frizzle. Would probably be probably, not that I'm, like, super punk. I'm definitely not a super punk person, but, like add Miss Frizzle with a hair more punk to it, and that's probably my aesthetic. And again, not hard punk, because that's definitely not me. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I'm not a punky person, but just a little smattering, just a little taste. Though I feel like saying a little taste of punk is kind of anti-punk. I feel like that's anti-punk. I try my best. Let's see. I do love the costumes just as crickets. That is very true. Very, very true. Miss Frizzle does say trans rights. Hell yes. Are you gonna watch Miss Wicked Wolf? Are you gonna watch In the Heights? Yes, I am gonna watch In the Heights. Maybe not this weekend, but at some point I will. In the next few days, I probably will watch In the Heights. So that will happen. So yes, I am going to watch In the Heights. Probably not immediately, but yes, I will. 100%. I will 100% be watching In the Heights. I'm actually very excited for In the Heights. I'm actually about to finish Owl House, by the way. By the way, I just want to say this on a side. I finally started watching Owl House, and I finally gotten part of this, and this is a minor spoiler, but it's just sort of a general thing. Owl House gets explicitly bisexual. Like, what? I did not know that. No one told me that. That's freaking amazing. Like, oh my gosh. I was so excited for that. I really like Owl House quite a bit, and I'm surprised by that, because I hated the first episode. I'm going to be honest with you, the first episode of Owl House, I really disliked. And I watched it, I'm like, because I was debating between watching Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast and Owl House, and I watched Kipo, and I was like, I love Kipo. Kipo, I'm here for all the way, which I still think is true. I adore Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. That show is one of my favorite shows. I absolutely adore Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. But I watched Owl House, watched the first episode, and hated the first episode of Owl House. I was very upset with that first episode. But then, and it's not anything like deep, it's not like anything offended me, I just didn't really like it. I thought it was kind of blah. But then I kept watching after I finished, I haven't finished Kipo, but I started watching Owl House. Because I've been watching Kipo very slowly with some friends. But I started watching Owl House. I finally was like, alright, I'll finally get back to it. And, oh my gosh. So good, everybody. It's so good. It's so good. I would highly recommend it. I mean, for me, the reason that I disliked the first episode of Owl House was for, like, personal thing is I just hated that the way it, like, undercut its own drama. Oh, I got unfocused. Camera, come back. Come back. There we go. There we go. I'm back. But I disliked the first episode just because the problem was, this is like a minor spoiler, but they set up like this big enemy in the first episode. And you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be, that's the stakes, that's the thing. And then they get caught by this big enemy without spoiling too much. They get caught by the enemy. And then it turns out like, oh no, he wasn't going to hurt them whatsoever. And it like ruined the entire stakes for me. And I was like, oh, so I can never trust stakes in this show, ever. And I was just like so disappointed because it was like, you set up these high stakes for me, and then you undercut them immediately. And I don't mind stakes. Stakes don't have to be like high stakes. I don't need things to be like the biggest stakes. Sometimes it can just be like, oh, I'm worried about like someone losing $5, like whatever. It can be low stakes, but you need to hold them through. So when a show is like, here's the stakes, and then it undercuts that when the stakes actually get present to like get the characters out of the situation, it's like, oh, that wasn't actually what. It's like, I hate that so much because then I can never trust the show. So I did that in the first episode, and then never does it again. And I was like, it just frustrates me because it totally threw me off the entire series, that first episode. But then it comes back around. So that's my pitch on Owl House. My one problem. And then after that, it never does that again, and Owl House is fantastic after that. So Owl House, wonderful. I adore it. The characters are adorable. I love the arcs the characters go on. The world is really wonderful. I love the way the magic system kind of works in that humans can't do it, but Luz has found a way around it, the main character. Some wonderful stuff. It's a really great show. Highly recommend Owl House. But yeah, the first episode's a bit rough for me. So Phoebe, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. Hair Pip Bebop, thank you so much. I don't know whether you're talking about Cowboy Bebop, because I've seen that show and it's good. I love Cowboy Bebop. Apologies if I missed, but thank you for the super chat, and apologies if I don't understand the context of your super chat, but thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, by the way, people are asking, you can get Owl Houses on Disney Plus if you're curious about it. New season starts this weekend, I think. It's either this weekend or next weekend, I think, but new season's coming. And Menu Frog, the King of Pride video introduction had me in stitches. Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed that. It was fun. The King of Pride video was fun to make. I'm glad people enjoyed that one. That one took off. I was surprised by how well that one did. I was very, very pleased with the King of Pride video. Does this mean there will be an Owl House season 1 review? Probably. If it's not my Owl House season 1 review, if it's not going to be this Monday, it'll be next Monday. So you'll either see it this coming week or next week. I'll be doing a review of Owl House season 1, and then I'll probably do a review of Owl House season 2 when it finishes out, which that won't be for like another month or two. But yeah, if you're looking for my Owl House review, I will be doing a review of Owl House, if I can say the words, over on I have a secondary channel called Jessie Gender After. I'll pitch this. If you follow my all my reviews are going up on Jessie Gender After Dark, which is another channel. So if you want my thoughts on Loki and things like that, that's all on the other channel. But yeah, so the Owl House season 1 will be going up. And Celeste, I'm so sorry, Celeste. I'm giving you hearts. Is there any way we can like help you out, Celeste? I know we were talking about this the other day on Saturday. Giving you a heart. At the very least, everyone send some hearts to Celeste. So, giving you all some love, Celeste. And then, but quick scene. Maggie, I got a jet early. This little gobbo has to go back to writing. Well, enjoy going back to writing, Maggie the Goblin. It was good seeing you. And Honey the Nerd, you say, hey, I feel really unsafe in my house. I'm closeted, but my parents are incredibly transphobic. And I was hoping you could say something to lift my spirits. Well, I can't necessarily help you with that specific situation personally, but what I can say is, number one, I'll say a few things. Number one, if your parents are dangerous to you or hurtful to you, make sure there are people that you can call. There's like actual people that can help you with that situation if they're physically or mentally abusive in any way. If that's not something that you feel comfortable with or don't feel like you're able to reach out to, please at least also call a support group. I know we shared in my Discord. I'm going to pull up my Discord server here. I actually meant to include it in the down below, but I think the update only happened on my Saturday video, not on this one. So I'm actually going to share this out for anybody who needs it. Let's see. Where's the resources tab? Please, please, please. I'm going to send you a link. That link is for you. I think did it just go in the chat? It should have just gone in the chat. If it didn't, let me just try it again. There we go. Okay. I just put it in the chat. It's translifeline.org. So please go use that. Go use that, and please give them a call because they'll be able to help you and give you more specific advice. And you'll be able to talk up with the specifics more than I can necessarily do on this stream. But what I will say, beyond all of that, what I will say is you are freaking amazing. You are absolutely wonderful. And I say this to everybody, but specifically, I want to say this to Honey the Nerd. You are lovely. You are wonderful. You are absolutely amazing. And your parents they lose something because they aren't seeing the full you. They aren't able to recognize the full you. You are freaking beautiful and freaking amazing as a human being. Every piece of you is. And if your parents are being transphobic, if your parents are being, they're not seeing the full you, that is their loss. And our gain, frankly. Because, it's sad that I don't have you physically here. And I can't, give you the biggest hug. But the very fact that you are here and you feel more comfortable, being here with us and sharing this part of yourself with us means that we get a chance to see more of you and get to know more of you. And I want to say thank you for gifting us that. I really do appreciate that. So just thank you for being lovely. Thank you for being amazing. And it is your parents' loss for that, for not seeing the full you. But it is a gift that you're giving us and anybody who you come out to, anybody that you share more of yourself with, that's a gift. And you are absolutely amazing and you are absolutely lovely. And that goes for everybody here, by the way. I'm saying it specifically to to Honey the Nerd. But I say this to everybody. All of you are lovely. And any little bits that we get of your true self, that is a gift you are giving us. And I am so thankful for it. I'm thankful for you, and I am thankful for the gift that you give this community. And I thank you for the gift that you give me of you and your presence here and your kindness in this community and your loveliness in this community. And I give you all hearts and love and caring and just big hugs. Right now, just give you all the biggest hugs that I could. So just want to make sure that I give you all the love. And so that goes for everybody, but especially Honey the Nerd, especially Celestial Amifest, and especially a few other folks in this chat who need it. So just want to give you all love. So Honey the Nerd, you didn't make me... Honey the Nerd, I'm concerned. It's okay. You said, Honey the Nerd, thanks you. I hope it didn't make you too concerned. I'll do everything to make myself as happy as possible. Honey the Nerd, you did make me concerned, but that is my thing. You do not need to worry about my concern. Don't ever apologize for that. It's my feeling, and I will feel it, and it's totally okay. So don't worry. I am concerned because I want you to be okay. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel safe. So don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty. Just want because I know some people, it's like, oh, I made someone worry. Don't feel guilty about that. You do not, I am concerned for you, yes, because I care about you and I want you to be okay. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with me being concerned. It's okay to be concerned. So that's fine. And don't apologize. Don't feel bad. And I give you love. And do the best and take care of yourself. And I just reach out to people if you need it. The Trans Lifeline, we talk about the Trans Lifeline. I shared the link earlier. We talk about that as you only go to that in a crisis. You don't need to. If you just need someone to talk to, they are there for that too. That's what they're there for. So if you don't need to be in a crisis moment, you don't need to be having a really terrible night. If you just need someone to talk to vent to, they can be there for you. And I'll try my best to be there for you too, but it's a live stream. There's 100 plus some people here, so there's only so much I can do. But there are people that can give you more specific help. So but I see I'm gonna give people Erica, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said Celestial Amethyst, your name is awesome, and so are you. Who is awesome? Celestial Amethyst. I agree. Celestial Amethyst, you are awesome. You are amazing, and I adore you. So you are lovely, and so is everyone else in this chat. Yeah, thank you, Erica. Thank you for the super chat saying that. I appreciate that. But also thank you, and Celestial Amethyst and everyone else. You are all freaking lovely. I adore you all. So, let's see. Jessie, did you see the Rugrats reboot? I haven't. I've heard good things about the Rugrats reboot, and I like Rugrats, but I don't like the arts. I hate that like 3D art style that they did for Rugrats and SpongeBob. It feels very bland compared to the original art style. Like, I'm sure the writing's great, and I'm sure there's a lot of artistry in that art style, but it feels a little less. Feels like it has a little less edge to it, a little less like artistic like stamp on it than the original Rugrats. So I haven't seen it. Again, I've heard good things about the writing, but the art style just throws me. It's not. It just doesn't seem as distinct as the original Rugrats. So, but I heard the writing's good, better than the news. Like what is the Camp SpongeBob or whatever the hell they're doing with the SpongeBob as a kid thing, which looks terrible. I watched the first episode of it and it was awful. But I heard the writing of the Rugrats. I won't knock the writing of the Rugrats. I haven't seen it, but I've heard the writing's good. But the art style just throws me. So. All right. Patrick Tarrant, thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you. You are lovely and amazing. I have not seen Sweet Tooth. I've heard good things. I do want to watch Sweet Tooth, but I've heard good things. But I'm going to wrap up this stream because I actually need to have some dinner. But I will be saying a few things real quickly. Also, what are your favorite LGBTQ characters in media? Do you know any Ace, Arrow representations? Sadly, not many off the top of my head. I mean, I know Todd from BoJack Horseman is a decent asexual representation. A romantic representation, I don't really know. I feel like I know a bunch of aromantic characters that aren't like explicitly aromantic but present that way. But I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if I can think of some immediately that I could like say, but I'd have to like actually think about it. Nothing off the top of my head, unfortunately, sadly. But I that is one thing that we need more of, to be fairly frank. We do need more aromantic and asexual representation just in general. There's so little. And I feel like we need more to break some like of the stereotypes and stigmas against asexual and aromantic people. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't know many off the top of my head. I know some aromantic characters, but for some reason, none of them are explicit. They're just sort of characters like I don't really care about romance, which is cool. But for some reason they're just not immediately coming to my brain. So. All right. But anyways, so yes, I am going to wrap up the stream, but a few things to say. First off, I'm not going to guarantee it, but depending, I have a couple small things to wrap up tonight, but I might be playing some more Mass Effect 2 tonight, actually, over on my Twitch channel. So if you want to go follow my Twitch channel, I might be up playing some Mass Effect 2 in like an hour or two. Like I said, it depends on how I'm feeling, and I gotta go I'm gonna go have dinner after this, and then I have to do a couple small things. But if I finish those things, I'll probably be playing some Mass Effect in about an hour or two. Beyond that, tomorrow I have a video going up that I am super excited for. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But it's gonna be talking about some harder topics, so I will be saying some trigger warnings for that. But tomorrow I have a video going up about Shadow and Bone. But we'll be talking about the presentation of race and how sort of systemic racism gets ignored or erased within Shadow and Bone. I like Shadow and Bone. I think it was a fun series. I'm actually reading the books. I'm planning to read the books because I liked it so much. But we're going to be having a really cool critique within that video tomorrow. I think it'll be something good, and I hope people will enjoy it. We'll see how people feel about that. But that'll be going up at 11 a.m. tomorrow. The premiere link is already up. So if you want to put a notification so that you don't miss it, it'll be going up 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So I'm just going to quick share that link out. Oh, thank you, Jedi Andrew Jones, for sharing the link to my Twitch. And I'm going to be sharing the link to Shadow and Bone really quickly. Just put that in the chat. So if you want to put that video on your notifications, that'll be open at 11 a.m. There'll be a premiere. I will be in the chat, so you can hang out with me again tomorrow at 11 a.m. What else? And then the normal Saturday, I'm going to be doing my drunk streaming on Saturday. We'll be playing some Mass Effect 2 on Saturday evening. So Saturday evening, come join me as I do my usual get drunk and play some Mass Effect. We'll be having some fun Saturday night. So Saturday night, we'll be getting drunk playing Mass Effect. Tomorrow, I have the Shadow and Bone video, and I might be playing some Twitch tonight. But beyond all of that, I think that's every major thing for the next few days going on here. So beyond all of that, I see a couple quick little super chats I'm just going to give. Ulysses the Pagan, heart to you. You are lovely and you are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for being an inspiration to help me find my path. Thank you. Well, Ulysses, I am so honored to help you, and I am so glad that you're here. And you are lovely, Ulysses. And Punk Rock Zoologist says, support for all Ace and Aero friends. You all are valid and loved and accepted here. 100%. I could not agree more, Punk Rock Zoologist. Ace and Aromantic. Everybody in the LGBTQ community, but, you know, especially just Ace and Aromantic friends. You are all lovely and wonderful here tonight. Happy Pride Month, everybody. And actually, I forgot, I meant to say, I have the trans flag here. So happy Pride Month, everyone. You are lovely. I adore you all. I will see you all at the next thing, either tonight for Mass Effect or tomorrow for the Shadow and Bone video. Beyond all of that, have a wonderful night. Live long and prosper. And I adore you all. Alright. How do I turn off the stream? Oh, crap. Wait, I lost the button. There's the button. There's a big red button. Alright. I'm going to hit the big red end stream button. I'm going to blow up the stream. Y'all are lovely. I adore you all. And I give you all hearts again. Have a wonderful night.